What's up, guys? It's Daniel Byer. Today I want to cover concepts of solving the 4x4. So the first thing that I see, the general rule of thumb is that I want to work on building my first two blocks. Now, preserving and ultimately kind of smoothly, effectively, and successfully completing that without like getting too distracted between going from side to side. So that way, try and get as much of one step complete as possible before transitioning to the next. I find that the easiest way to focus your attention is to solve the centers and then complete one solid block, normally on the left side, and then transition to the right. Like for example, I see this yellow-green pair. I want to try and incorporate that into my first two centers of the first two blocks. So I see that I can easily pair this yellow edge pair right here with a U. Once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the left side and then just do an F. I'll probably wind up doing something to preserve I'll actually probably wind up preserving, or actually build this white half bar here as well. And I also know that one of them is going to be kicked out. So I'm going to go with a wide U. I see I built this, but I know that doing the U2 in a minute is going to give me another half bar here. So I'm going to go R prime. So when I do my U2, I built myself another half bar. I'm going to do my F move. So the next thing is that I don't want to mess this up and I don't want to mess this up. So I'm going to go with a triple R, inserting that half bar in with like an F, wide F, R2, wide F prime. Do the slice move, line up my white edge pairs. See that this is off to the side. And then just go ahead and transition, inserting that in as well. Wind up building a second bar or edge pair of white and blue. Transitioning to the next, the first block. And then I see that I was able to preserve this pair, preserve this white-blue pair, and I just need to pair up my yellow-blue pair. Once those, now I've got three edge pairs for the first block, I can easily focus on getting that done. And that was all outer face moves, so that definitely preserved this portion, this white-blue edge pair. So I see that with a wide R, I'm able to pair this pair, set that off to the side, wide R2, and a slice L pairs that pair up. Then just going to go ahead and finish up the second block with M slice and RU moves. Cool. So the next thing is, it would be tempting to go to CMLL first, but you want to go to next two centers. And fortunately, what I'm going to look for is opportunities to do this as quickly and efficiently as possible, and also not worry about having how they are there. I just want that to be solid and not to be solid. It happens to be wrong. And what doesn't matter, because I'll be able to resolve that intuitively anyway, no matter what the state of these two centers. As long as they're solid, certain rules kind of come into play that I'm reducing the number of possibilities later for solving. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Just know that it's done. I'm going to go ahead and do an M, the MUM prime move to set up this this double swap, so I can solve this pair and this pair. Excuse me, I can actually only solve, because that's a red piece, not an orange piece. I can solve this yellow-orange pair, and when I do that, I'll then be able to grab the two things that I want to do is then do another MUM move, be able to then solve my orange-blue pair, and then transition. I also have a weird double swap and another weird double swap. I like to use a quick like OLL for that case. Kind of like a wide Soon, but for the I think like the Soon 6 case, I just do it with a wide R move to start. So now I'm able to transition to getting the CMLL done. That was super easy, especially since it was Soon 6 and those different moves I did made it like an F6 case. So next I want to look, I see I've got two good edges, two bad edges, so I have an even number of bad edges, therefore I do not have parity. So I'm going to go ahead and just do my Nicholas to commutate the centers, transition straight to 4A, 4B. So now the next interesting thing is that I know that I don't have I don't have my centers right, because remember I said they were swapped. Notice that orange and red are opposite and green and blue are opposite, but I've solved the left face solid yellow and solved the right face solid R. And even with I had non-matching blocks, by the way, which didn't emphasize that, was easily able to solve that either way. But you notice that this red 2x4 bar is dividing the orange and the orange. Same thing here. You might be able to see it a bit more clearly. You can see that this orange side is now solid, as is this red, but this blue 2x4 bar, two columns, are dividing the green and the green. Same thing on the opposite side. So from a solve side, in 3 moves I can solve this case. I either want to do it from the solve side of red or the solve side, solid side of orange. Wide U2, M2, wide U2. It's kind of like a U2, M2, U2 case. And so yeah, being able to recognize those cases makes it really easy. And you're basically building off the U2, M2, U2 case. And so that way you can not solve centers right the first time and be able to solve it more intuitively later on. Now, we didn't have odd parity, we didn't even have even parity, but we did have swap centers. So yeah, cool.